Hi everyone. I am in the middle of doing one project that I will be showing. That's going to be in parts. But while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to start another one. So I'll be videoing two simultaneously. And it just gives you something to watch while I'm away on holiday. I can just upload them. And it gives you something that's going to be there. So I'm just going to gesso over both of these. I've just cleaned up my gesso lid. Look at that. Woohoo! It was not good. It wasn't even closing or nothing. It was a nightmare. But it's all nice and clean now. So I'm just going to use it from the side. And I'm only gessoing one side because what I'm going to do is glue both of them together, but there's going to be lace going on it as like an undercoat, like as a texture. So I'm going to glue the lace on and then glue them together, and that will give me a really good structure to work on, but it will also mean that the lace isn't going to come loose if it's anchored underneath between the two of them sandwiched in. So as I said, I'm just putting this on quite quickly and not really fussed where it actually goes. I don't want blobs though, so they're getting scrapped off. Just so that I can make sure that everything goes on the way I want it to. And I will be edging the top, but I'll wait until it's all painted first, well gessoed. And then I'll shape the top of it. And I think this is 1.5 mils. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. It's been in my stash for ages and ages. I've got quite a few. When I'm buying my chipboard, I buy quite a few different strengths for different projects. Like I buy ones for my laces to wrap round and things, so I try and watch what I'm ordering. But that'll be springtime before I order any more of those. I've got enough to do me over the winter. And if I do run out, I'll be resorting to cereal packets, which work, and I know that, but I just prefer working on proper chipboard. I think it's easier to absorb your paint and things. I think it covers better, but that's just my preference. And as I said, if needs must, I will. I'm not that bothered with it. Right, so that's got a good layer on it. I'll do the next one. And this was an 8x8 square that I have cut down to 8x4. It's actually slightly less than 8x4. And I mean slight, that's what I took off it. And it's just so that they're perfectly mirrored when they go on top of each other. I'm not even sure. Said it's so good having the house so quiet. Ian's away to the garage with the car, and our garage is in Paisley near my mum's. It's the best garage we've found, that's the main reason for it. So many garages out there that just rip you off continually. So we've searched for a good garage for years and years, and eventually I went on to the Good Garage Guide, which is a UK website, and it's basically customers that go on and give you proper reviews. Yes, I know that probably a lot of the staff or family go on and review it, and yeah, I understand that, but we were willing to give it a shot, and to be honest with you, it's the best garage we've found. The prices are really reasonable, and they don't mess you about. If they think that something doesn't need done, they will tell you, because quite a few times my partners went in and said, I want that changed, and they'll say, no, you've got about another X amount of miles on that before it should need done, which any other garage would have been like, aye, no bother. Especially tyres. I don't know how many times, in fact there was one time I went into Quick Fit, and it was one of the front tyres had what you call it, a nail in the side of the wall, and it couldn't be repaired. We knew that, and we took it into Quick Fit to get a new wheel, a new tyre put on, and the guy was looking at it, and we went into the waiting room, and he came through about 5 minutes later, and he's like, sir, can you come through? And he took Ian through, and he's like, oh, look at this, and on the back tyres, and you really need that changed. And Ian's like, are you kidding me? He says, I want to see a manager. And he's like, sorry sir, sorry. He's like, I want to see a manager. He says, I actually only get the 2 back tyres done in here less than 2 weeks ago. He says, so if there's a problem with them, I want to see a manager. Oh, so sorry sir, couldn't have been any more apologetic. And Ian's like, that's it, never again. And he hasn't been back in since then. He was absolutely furious that day. He was so scunnered that folk can treat customers that way. That he was just, that's the last type of thing. Right, so I've got, oh, I love this. I think I might use this. How wide is it though? I don't know if I want to tuck it in though. I'm not using that because that's going to just hide too much, and that's not what I want. So what have I got here? This is pretty as well. That's the one. Deal done. Right, so what I'm doing is trying to see what's the right way and what's the wrong way. That's the right way. So I'm going to take it up to there. And what I'll do is I'll put my flowers on first. I'm just tilting you down so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm coming round the front and I'm going to just gently put a wee bit of hot glue on these big flowers so that when I'm tucking in the rest it won't pull off. Fingers crossed. Famous last words for me, normally it just falls apart. Right, so I want to pull that down just a wee bit. I need to make sure it's sitting properly. And then just wee dot of hot glue and just press it in. Make sure it's stayed put. And I'm going to snip that because I'm working with too big a bit of material and I'm feeling the tension with having to work with it. So I'm going to snip it here, move that out the road so I don't need to worry about that. Move that part so I don't need to worry about that. Move the dress so I'm finished with that. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Right, better. Right, so lift this, wee dollop on there, and a wee dollop on there. I'm not going any more than that because I want to make sure it's done properly. So making sure that it's spaced out right, press it in, and same with that bit. Up we come, wee bit there, and a tiny wee bit here. And I'm not even going to need that part there. So I'll just brush that part off now and snip it. Right, so that's that part down, so I just need to pull it in now. I think I might use double-sided tape for this because I've got a funny feeling the glue is just going to not work, if I'm honest. And this double-sided tape is super glue, it's so strong, so it'll work fine. And all I do is just make sure I burnish it down properly to get it off in one go easily. Right, and then all I'm doing is just pulling that up, tucking it in, pulling it up and tucking it in, and making sure it's the same all the way around. Perfect. And then I'll do the same across the top here. Right, just burnish it down really well. And then just peel it off. And what I'll do is I'll do it from this side, but I'm going to snip in here. So that I don't have too much material trying to get stuck at one time. So I'm going to just tuck that in like that and then pull it over. And that's perfect. Now for the bottom end. Again, just a double-sided tape. And sorry, but my hair's falling out something chronic today. Right, so just going to snip this part here again and just pull in a wee bit and then just pull it all through to make sure it comes down properly. There we go, and we've got that, which I think is really pretty. Yep, really like that. And I was going to taper the top, but using that trim I'm not going to bother. So I need to cover the other one now and then I'll come back. So I'll see you in a minute or so. Bye for now.